and we're helping you save some money today. The Bank of Dave is here for our phone-in. Morning, Dave. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Who do you want to hear from?
Well, I'd love to hear from anybody that's doing a deal, that's buying something. Maybe you're going to get a washing machine or a car or a carpet or a sofa. Let me help you try and buy that. And I'm also going to be talking about savings today. So it's a full day, really excited, looking forward to it.
Now, is saving money one of your New Year's resolutions?
Well, if you're not sure how to get started, then we've got the perfect man for you. The Bank of Dave is back with some handy money-saving tricks. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning.
Dave, I love your first trick. It's the one-piece saving challenge. Tell us about it.
Let me tell you all about it. But first, I've got these. I'm going to give you one each. It's going to set you off. We're not messing about now.
So generous.
Look at that.
So generous. Got one piece.
Now,
okay.
The way it works, you start off with a penny. Tomorrow, you save 2 pence. The day after, 3 pence. The day after, 4 pence, and so on and so forth. So, at the end of the year, do you know how much you have? Exactly £667 and 95 pence.
Wow.
It's living the dream stuff. Two of you, £1,335 and 90 pence.
And the maximum I ever have to save is £3.65.
Exactly.
So,
You've got it.
That's so doable.
It is. And do you know what? I wrote this down and I've got my big glasses on to put it out. 8 years of 1,335 and 90 pence. You know what that is? 10,680 quid between you. Tell you what, that's the deposit on a house.
I'm getting down the back of my sofa.
And remember, when you get the 10 grand, we're sharing.
It's just a lot of change to put into one of those change machines at the supermarket. I'll be there
Well,
for
a big
days.
tub, a big can.
Oh, my gosh.
You're going to
okay.
need a bigger tin.
Great tip. Second tip.
Well, let's do haggling next.
Yes.
Because haggling, every penny you save is a penny that you don't have to earn. And haggling is all about getting the best deal. And people aren't born hagglers.
I am.
Know. Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, I am. I love a haggle.
Right.
Yeah. But it's where to haggle. As you think I go someplace, I think, oh, can I have a haggle here?
Well, you can actually teach it. But people like yourself, some people just have tons of self-confidence. And that's a really good start. But if you haven't got the self-confidence, you can fake it. And then going along faking it and practicing it, and you do get there. And the thing about it is, you can do it on mortgages and credit cards and loans. Everything from a funeral to a car. And people think, well, you can't haggle at a funeral, but you can. You just get somebody that's not connected directly to the family to do the deal.
Yeah.
You want to get things for half if you can. Start at half and work your way up. You can never come back down, but you can always carry on going up.
Oh, I like that.
And it's about buying at the right time.
Yeah.
Because if you're going for a pair of Speedos in summer, you're going to give full up money.
Yeah.
You want to be buying your Speedos in the winter, like Speedo Mick.
Yeah.
And you want to be buying your big coats in the summer. You'll save up to 50%. And that's all about upside-down buying.
OK, so coats in the summer, swimwear in the winter.
Speedos in the winter.
Exactly. OK, and that's it. And just back to the haggling. You can't haggle when you're in the supermarket, can you? But you're to maybe small independent shops or, you know, you talked about services. Can you haggle with your plumber? Yeah, of course you can, actually.
Everybody. I try everywhere. And in the supermarkets, you can't. They're a big organisation. But there's plenty of people who run a corner shop.
Yeah.
Maybe they've had something that's going to be out of date in 2 or 3 days' time, and you can say, excuse me, would I be able to have that?
Yeah.
It's just about having that confidence. It's all about words. If you just say the words, please, can I have a discount?
Yeah.
And some people, I've used it before, but I'm going to use it again. Some people feel more comfortable putting your glasses on and asking for it because it feels like there's a barrier there. It's just about getting that self-confidence until you actually get to the point where you do it naturally.
Right.
I'm a natural haggler.
You are, I can tell.
Thank you. Next up, subscriptions.
Subscriptions. This is a thing that you can use some really good apps on. There's apps out there that link into your bank account and tell you things that you've not connected with. Tell you what's going out each month. You might be sending some money to the polar bears somewhere. And there's people out there that's starving and they send you money to polar bears without knowing on the wildlife things. The thing is, get to grips with things. If you really want to send the money to polar, fantastic. But if you've got to feed yourself first, Let's start with that first. So get rid of the subscriptions, magazines. You may be online doing things and signing up for things you don't even know.
Do you know what? Yeah. Do you know the last time I did that, I was actually slightly like, oh wow, I'm paying for that and I'm paying for that.
Exactly.
And actually, it upsets you, but at the same time, you feel so free at the end of it. Finally, you've got your Monday to Wednesday spending guide.
Monday to Wednesday is important.
Right.
So you do all your spending after then. Monday to Wednesday, you don't spend a penny. You do your big shop Friday, like we do in Burnley.
Yep, lovely.
You get everything you want.
Yes.
And then you make sure you get an extra loaf, an extra bit of meat, and some extra coffee for your flask.
Right.
And then you put your flask out per day, so you're not going to the coffee shops, you make yourself sandwiches, you don't spend Monday to Wednesday, so then you get into the habit. The problem is some people, they go into the local shop for just a screwdriver, the pound shop or whatever, for a screwdriver. They come out with 40 quid's worth of stuff. They don't need it. You know, don't go in, don't shop unless it's the big shop, make it pay at the end of the week.
All right, you're an absolute star. You're staying with us, aren't you?
Yes, I'd love to hear from anybody that wants to buy something. Let's get them a deal.
OK, yeah, let's get them a deal. We'll haggle with you about the time that you're going to be on. But
Looking forward to it.
yeah, marvellous. OK, right, OK. With us right now is Dave, Bank of Dave, who's here to take your calls on our phone. And Dave, shall we not ponder and get on with it?
Yeah, straight into it.
First caller is lovely Gemma. Gemma, good morning.
Good morning.
Happy New Year. What's your question
Happy
for...
New Year to you.
Thank you. What's your question for Dave?
Hi, Dave. I'm going to get a new washing machine, and I just wondered if you know of any deals at the moment, please.
The best thing to do with a washing machine. So, go down to the local dealership for washing machines. Don't go onto the internet straight away. Down to the local shop, straight in there, and say to him, look, have you got a washing machine that's maybe last year's model? Maybe it's got a scratch on it. It'll still wash your underpants exactly the same, even with a scratch. You want something that's maybe 12 or 18 months old but never been switched on. You'll get it for at least 25 to 30% less. And do a deal. Start at half, work your way up, but find a washing machine with a scratch on it.
In like a factory, Dave. You know, like a machine factory.
Anybody that's local that owns the shop. So you can speak to the manager. You always want to speak to the owner if possible.
Yeah.
Can I speak to the owner? This is what I've got to spend. I want to buy something. I need a washing machine, but I don't need the high-tech one that Bluetooths itself around the house. I just need to wash my undies.
And in that sort of instance, it is better to go to a smaller retailer rather than trying to go to a big retailer because then you can negotiate.
Yes. Negotiate, negotiate, negotiate.
OK, Gemma, do you think you're up for that, Gemma?
Yeah, that sounds brilliant. Thank you very much.
Excellent.
Let me know how you go on.
I will do. Thank you.
Thank you, Gemma. Thank you. Next on air, we've got Louise. Louise, are you there?
I am, thank you.
And what would you like to ask Banker Dave?
Basically, I've got an under-the-counter fridge and the bulb had gone. So we tried to replace it. We found out it's the whole system that's gone. So is it going to be more beneficial to get somebody out to repair it or buy a new one? It's about 4 years old.
First thing I'd do is I'd make a few phone calls and I'd ask the question. Because before you start letting your fingers do the walking on the internet, just find out how much yours costs to repair. Because the one you know is sometimes the better one. However, if it's going to cost too much, then it's onto the internet, find out what's the very best deal out there, print it off on your computer, and just like I said to the previous caller, straight down to your local fridge seller. You know, there'll be lots and lots of people locally. We sometimes forget about the local people, but with the shops and things, you have to either use it or lose it. So I'm a big believer in buying local. Straight down there, tell them Dave sent you, and you're looking for a really good deal. That's how much you can pay on the internet for it. Can you beat it? And they will. And they'll deliver it, and they'll put it under your sink, and they'll plug it in.
OK.
True.
All ready to do that, Louise?
Yes, thank you very much.
Excellent. You're more than welcome. Have a great day. Next on the line is Lynn. Good morning, Lynn.
Good morning.
Happy New Year. What's your question for Bank of Dave?
Good morning, Dave. I'm looking for a car for my son.
Good morning, Lynn. Now, this is an important one. Before I start going down the route of the car, this is for everybody out there that's thinking of buying a car. HPI. Remember those three letters. What you do is you go online. There's lots of places online that do it, and an HPI check, it makes sure there's no finance owing on the car, there is no fire damage, and it's never been in a bump, and it's never been repaired. It's called HPI. So whatever car you're thinking of buying, get the registration and HPI it online first. It costs 5 or 6, 7, 10 quid. It's the best 10 quid you'll ever spend. That's the first thing. The second thing is the best time to buy a car is January or the very end of December. So you're still in January. A lot of the car dealers are still in the pub. They're not actually started yet. The auctions are quiet. I was in my garage yesterday and I was talking to the lads, and things are always quiet the first 2 weeks. So you'll get no car dealers in the auctions. You can definitely go there and get a really good deal. Alternatively, go to your local garages, ask to see the part exchanges, something they've took in swap for a brand new one. They'll be glad to see the back of it. There's a lot of negotiation on part exchanges. That's a really good place to start. Are you financing it, Lynn, or are you paying cash?
Cash.
Cash. So, I don't mean cash where you walk in with a big bag. I mean, you know, you're going to TT the money across to them. Tell them that you've got the money, you're ready to do a deal. It'll be probably the first person they've seen since Christmas Eve. They'll be glad to see you, bid them off and tell them Dave sent you.
I will indeed.
Lovely.
Thanks, Lynn.
Lynn. I love the Dave sent you bit. OK, do not forget Dave sent you. Next on the line, we got Sharon. Sharon, are you there?
Oh, hi, Josie.
Hello, Sharon. What would you like to ask Dave?
Hi, Dave. Hi, Andy.
Hello.
My husband and I are celebrating our 30th wedding anniversary in July this year.
Congratulations.
And we wish to spend... Thank you. We wish to spend it in Seattle with our cousins.
My word.
We've been looking online for 2 adult return flights from either Yorkshire, where we live, or we can go down to London, where we've got family, from the end of June to July. The prices keep going up every time we look. Where can we find a good deal, please?
Well, I did a programme about this a couple of years ago, and I went and visited a place called Skyscanner. Now, Skyscanner, you can find them on the internet. They look for the best flights out there, the best prices. But some of those recently have been moved to the side because the travel agents have got a little bit cleverer with it. So there's another one called Travel Arrow. They seem to get the ones that the Skyscanner don't seem to. So first try Skyscanner, then Travel Arrow. But on top of that, look on the internet, once again, find the best flights you can possibly find and ring your local travel agent. You might not get a fortune off the flight, but what you will get is they'll try and add something to it. They might add free travel to the airport. There might be some free travel for the kids. There might be some free food for the kids on the plane. There might be taxis at the other side. They'll negotiate something to get your business. The problem with the internet, when you're tapping away at it, it can't negotiate a deal for you. It's just got one line where if you're talking to somebody after you've got the information, that is where you can do your best deal.
Sharon, are you a coffee drinker?
No, black tea.
OK, fair enough. I was going to say you could go to the first ever Starbucks is in Seattle. But since you don't drink coffee, no use to you whatsoever. Go and sightsee something else.
Okay.
Have an amazing time.
Yeah, good luck with your flight.
Congratulations.
Well done.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Bank of Dave.
Brilliant.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Really good advice there.
And we're not
Really
allowed to
good.
talk about your Netflix thing, are we?
Oh, you just give it away.
I've got something bonkers next week. It's life-changing. I could burst not being able to tell you about it, but I'm back next week.
OK.
OK, well, don't burst
That's
because
why
we
I
want you back.
mentioned it. That's why I mentioned it. He's going to burst.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you.